Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts89. Well, I'm here with my little purple Galvatron. Well, not little, it's actually a decent scale. But I was really happy to get this. He was one of the first few characters I got out of the War for Cybertron evolutions, whatever. Because there's so many different Hasbro lines that are all sort of merging in together, and it's basically just a modern era of new figures that are coming from either the the 85 movie line, or like the Studio Series and the Generations and War for Cybertron, Kingdom, Siege. I've forgotten the other one. There's a bunch of them. But they're doing a line of comic book characters, because they've done cartoon characters where they recolor the figures to match the cartoons, which I like, except they do opaque windows because the cartoons did opaque windows, so they would save having to animate inside of the cars. And they're doing that where figures that had clear parts, now they're painting opaque. I don't like that, but in order to get some figures in the cartoon colours, you sort of have to do that. And that's sort of the line I've been able to get to, and I've got a couple of those and I don't mind so much. But the comic book characters, they literally, some of them have lines on them and patterns that were part of the shading or something printed on them to make them look like a 3D comic book character. I don't like that. But one character they've done is Straxis, Lord Straxis, which of course everyone who read the comic books as a kid, the Marvel comic books, remembers Straxis, and I at least wanted a Straxis head, like the one that was in that little glass dome for a while. But basically they've done a rework of this Galvatron, and it looks pretty good. They've basically remodeled his chest, his waist, his forearms, and his legs. He doesn't have the little, I don't know what you call these. They're gone. There's a different shape at the front here. But the issue with him is he had really square and angular legs and arms. This Galvatron figure has rounded ones, and they kept those, so it does show that it is his figure. But when you look at it and you have the chest and the waist and the legs, it does look like a different figure. You sort of have to look at it for a minute to realise, oh, the arms are the same. And fortunately enough, the figure in the comic book turned into a flying cannon-like device and like a ship, much like Galvatron's transformation. So it does do a fairly decent transform into a similar vehicle mode, which is like a giant cannon. So I think I might actually get it, because there's a Grimlock that I'm certainly not getting, not my favourite character, and the cartoon version, I know. They did Shockwave, because the first Shockwave figure they did was awesome. It's a little dark, it's more the toy colour, and they did the comic book colour version. I want the animated cartoon colour version, but there's talk they're going to do that. That's going to be part of the Studio 86 line, I think, 85 line, 60, I don't know. I've got Batman on the brain with 66, but it was the 86 Studio line. But I don't think Shockwave was actually in the movie, even in the background. So if we'll get a recolor of that, I don't know. But the comic version has a lot of panel stuff. They've got black lines all across his chest, which are supposed to look like the reflections on the glass in his chest, stuff like that. I can't stand it. Straxis, he's just got some dark lines down his shins, and a couple dark lines on his forearms, and that's really it. I'm not bothered by it. I think I can get away with that one. But the Grimlock, it's just got a lot of work all over it, and particularly the Shockwave, it's got a lot of comic detail lines printed on it, and it's no. It's got shading and cross coloring and stuff. It's no. But that one, I actually want that one. I do want the Straxis, and I think I can stand it next to this, and it doesn't really stand out. It's really just the curved arms and legs and these shoulder things. I don't know why they couldn't have just removed them and just had them not on there. I think they've added parts, but they could have removed a few parts that really, remind us that it's actually the Galvatron mould being reworked. And they could have at least had these be screws, so you could remove them yourself if you wanted to custom them, or maybe even just have them removable in the transformation, so you can take them off the character and it looks more like the character and not like a reissue of Galvatron, or recoloring or reworking of Galvatron. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Lord Straxis and the Marvel comic book recolorings of the War for Cybertron figures. I really hope they do a basic recoloring of Shockwave, because I was planning to get the toy color one, but I want the lighter cartoon character version color as well. So I don't know. It's a bit of a jumble what they're giving us, and it's hard to tell what we're getting in the future, and it's hard to sort of decide, do I buy this or do I wait? So with some of them, I'm just waiting.